think I came to Atlanta and I gon' rap, nigga. I'm in the kitchen with Yayo, he make it slap, nigga. You niggas ain't got no motion and that's a fact, nigga. I drop a few more, I'm blowing, I'm like Iraq, nigga. Whipped up the sack, retired quarterback, nigga. She off the track, can't work her if she flat, nigga. I need her with an apple bottom like a Mac, nigga. 020 moving, I ain't talking about a pack, nigga.
What up, what up, what up, Gringo gang? Hey man, I'm really outside with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm somewhere downtown ATL, but you know I gotta keep giving you hell, man, and I gotta keep you posted on some of the things going on in the music game. You know, there's a music channel. We gotta keep it rolling, keep it going. Hey man, y'all like the drip? Y'all like the drip? Don't worry about that. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for, man. Yeah. So, Gringo gang, today we have a clip from the boy Russ. Russ is an independent hip hop artist who is doing it major, probably one of the most successful independent hip hop artists out there. And he's talking about how wild people have gotten, how extreme people have gotten trying to break their foot into the game. You know, with social media, because people have been doing crazy things for so many years, and we've seen almost everything we can see at this point. It's kind of hard to impress us nowadays. So that brings Russell in this interview that he's having, that brings him to talk about how crazy people are getting to catch a viral moment. So let's get into it, man.
Even within like trying to blow up as a rapper 10 years ago, the spectacle would have been this level of absurdity. But now we've seen that. So now we need this level. Well, now we've seen that. And so now it just keeps getting more and more absurd. And what you end up doing is you desensitize people to absurdity. And so they don't realize how insane this thing is that you're watching, because you've gradually gotten numb to the bullshit.
And he's absolutely right, man. It was already too crazy for me a long time ago. I thought that was wild, and they need to cut the internet off. The moment I saw people deleting other people on Facebook Live and stuff, I was like, okay, internet has gone too far. We need to shut it off. But he's right, though. You know, you see things like that. All these naked women all day, every day. Fights all day, every day, little kids cussing and rapping. Man, you see all this crazy stuff. And after a while, Gringo gang, there's an addiction that people get to watching all of this foolishness and debauchery. And if you want to catch attention, what you need in the arts, if you're making music, or if you're making movies, things like that, if you need attention in order to get a fan base to check out your art, a lot of people are starting to think that maybe they need to do something crazy in order to catch the attention, just so they can display the art that they have. Come on, man. That's horrible. That's terrible, man. Hey, please find the most creative ways you possibly can to promote yourself. But guys, don't stoop so low as to, you know, showing your naked body and stealing and fighting and doing crimes and stuff. Like, you may get hot for a quick little minute, but I promise you, the effects on the back end, it ain't gonna be worth it, big dog. So don't go about it that way. But hey, let's keep it moving.
2019, 2020, it was way more prevalent to just see artists making content with their phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the standard. People weren't really doing high quality videos for platforms like that yet. Versus today, I'll see an artist that I can tell just started making content, and bro is coming out the gate with a red camera or some like high level Sony type quality to their videos. And so if people, right, not just music, not just fans, but people in general are being conditioned to see high quality and creative content as just something else in the ethos.
That's another way for people to get desensitized as well, because the quality of everybody's content, from just a makeup channel all the way to people who are making almost their own movie like skits online. Like, the quality has gotten so high, so crazy. That makes it even harder for you to catch attention from the worldwide audience out here. But what I will say is, I'm so glad that I'm not competing for quality because heck, I'm using my phone right now. I'm recording on my phone right now, and to me, it looks fantastic. I got the mic so you can hear me. You know what I mean? We got the vibes. We outside. We downtown late night. So hey, it's working for me. Y'all gotta let me know. How y'all feel about it. If y'all like it. But as far as people coming on the scene with uh, super expensive cameras and super expensive equipment and stuff like that, the lifeblood of the content is still the message and it's still the personality and the energy. So just because a person may have an advantage over you in budget, don't mean they're gonna win in the end. Let's keep rolling.
Bullshit. I feel for people trying to make it as a musician because you start feeling like, well, the only way for me to be seen is to be absurd, is to create a spectacle.
Yeah.
8 years ago, all I had to do was dye my hair,
Right.
and like jump around and scream on Instagram.
That was sensational
Bullshit.
enough.
That was sensational enough. Now I have to do crack on camera while rapping. While, you know what I mean?
Please don't turn to crack to get attention for your music or your art. Please don't do that, y'all. Please, I beg you. Listen, I hear what he's saying, and it's a lot of people who may compare themselves to the stars and people who are going viral and getting traction right now. And yes, you may think that, we got to the point to where you got to cause a scene, you got to do something outrageous, crazy, something almost sinful to get attention out here. But I'm telling you, that's not the way to do it, because once you make a crazy move like that, then for the audience and for all of these thrill seeking, adrenaline junkie type people, fans out here, man, you're gonna have to keep leveling up to that craziness and going crazier and crazier. And you don't want to get yourself caught up in that trap, man. You know what I mean? So when you come in the game on debauchery, you got to push that debauchery further and further every time that you step outside in order to keep your audience's attention. And it's only so far you can go. It's only so much foolishness you can show. You can see that we all becoming desensitized to the craziest things going on in the world now. So how far you think you'll go before the world gets bored? Let's finish up, man.
To go, or maybe even as early as like 5 years ago, you could have probably gotten a nice freestyle on a respected platform, and that would have been enough to at least get eyeballs on you and get you close to the moment. But now people scroll past six-figure productions like it's nothing. At this point, we've seen so much wild shit online, right, that the bar just keeps climbing. And because that bar keeps climbing, one moment doesn't do it anymore. You're really looking for a consistent output of different moments that captures people's attention.
Yeah, once again, I agree with the things we've seen and ingested so much outlandish material that it's hard to impress us nowadays. I get that concept, but I do not agree with you needing several $1,000 budgets and setups and productions in order to compete, in order for your content to compete with the content of others. I still don't think that that's quite true. I think it's about, you having the right message, the right topic at the right time, the right energy, the right feel, you know what I'm saying? The right release date. I think all that stuff plays just as important of a factor in the success as if it had a crazy expensive production. So I don't think that's going to make or break you. But besides that, yeah, I agree with everything else he said. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think in 2025, going on 2026, you think at this point, the only way to get some attention is if you do the most debaucherous, wildest thing? Or do you think that, people with just soul and skill and relatability still have the power as well to get massive attention? Of course, it always takes longer, but do you think that people absolutely have to be crazy and wild and debaucherous to get the spotlight now? Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think on this topic, man. and Gringo Gang. I'm about to go get to work, man. You know, we outside tonight, man. Yes, sir, Ski. I'm going to holler at you in the next one.
Update on what I'm up to. Pussy ass nigga gon' respect my hustle. Pussy ass nigga gon' respect my struggle. If you don't meet the tech with the muscle, play your cards right or do the Cupid shuffle. Shut you for the cheese while my mama eating ruffles. Golden season started and I always come in clutch though. Shit, I don't